So I was perusing Tumblr when I came upon a very, very popular post where someone answered the question, why are you a feminist? Because people are still asking that question. Well, what's wrong with asking questions? People come to me all the time and say, why are you an atheist? I don't say, because people always feel the need to ask why. That doesn't make any sense. I'm an atheist because people ask me why I'm an atheist. That can't even be a reason. Don't you see why that can't be a reason? Because until you are something, you can't be asked, why are you that thing? You know, you can't be a feminist because people ask you why you're a feminist. You see how that just makes no fucking logical sense whatsoever? Because women are paid less than men in approximately 99% of professions. You know, there's a lot of debate about the wage gap and its root causes or whether or not it even really truly exists. But I'm not even going to get into that. I'm just going to say that no one in this debate who has any real comprehension or understanding of what's being discussed is suggesting that women make less than men in approximately 99% of professions. The only people saying that bullshit are ignorant Tumblr feminists who pulled it straight out of their fucking booty holes and say, hey, look, smells good, don't it? Because Chris Brown can still have a career after assaulting Rihanna, but Miley Cyrus takes her clothes off and there's a huge scandal. Well, Miley Cyrus taking her clothes off has not hurt her fucking career. In fact, it reinvigorated it. Just because some prudes got upset, who gives a shit? And when it comes to Chris Brown, like, how much flattering shit do you really hear about Chris Brown in the media? Almost every time he's ever mentioned in the press, it's in conjunction to the fact that he beat the ever-loving shit out of Rihanna. And I want to ask you, what about Emma Roberts? The actress who was in We're the Millers, who was in American Horror Story. She was arrested in Canada for domestic violence against her boyfriend. She gave him a bloody nose and she bit him, and she was taken off to jail for doing so. And you know, I read a lot of articles about this, and a lot of them were just like, well, yeah, she did this and it was wrong, but you have to understand she's a really passionate person. Can you imagine if that was the coverage of the fucking Chris Brown Rihanna thing? Can you imagine if the news media had come out and said, yeah, Chris Brown pounded Rihanna's face into burnt lasagna, but it's okay because he's a passionate guy. His passions run really deep. You don't understand him like we understand him. Because of this! And then she shows the following Google screen cap. Someone typed in women should, and these were the results. Women shouldn't, women should not, women should stay at home, women should not work, women shouldn't vote, women should not vote, women shouldn't work, women shouldn't wear bras, women should be seen and not heard. I don't get all those results when I type it in, but to be fair, I do get some of them. But you know what? If I type in men are, I get men are obsolete. If I type in women are, I get women are better than men. And these trends are not indicative of our entire culture. This is a fringe group of people who are looking for this kind of material because they don't get that validation in polite society. They're looking for people who share their points of view because they can't find it in the open world. Or if they can, it's only in some insular little pockets of fucking ignorance. No one is ever making the claim that we're going to do away with sexism, that we're going to do away with racism. But those are not, by and large, the values of our fucking society anymore. Because currently, it is estimated 10 million more girls are out of education than boys. I looked up this statistic, and that's globally, not in the US, not in any egalitarian Western democracy. This sort of sexism has already been defeated here. If you want to advocate feminism in nations like China or India or Saudi Arabia, then that makes sense to me, because they do need to go through that women's suffrage phase. But the women's suffrage thing has already been accomplished here. It's time to stop thinking about women's rights and men's rights and start to think about individual rights. Because we're all individuals, whether we're men or we're women, and we all deserve the same opportunities, and that needs to be the mindset. Because we're expected to be mature, but hairless like a child, in control but not bossy, sexy but not slutty, and definitely not a prude, intelligent but not opinionated, independent but reliant on men, natural but look like the girl in the magazines, etc., etc. I could just as easily say that men are expected to be strong, but not callous, sensitive, but not pussies, smart, but not nerdy, etc. The reason we all, and when I say we all, I mean, everyone, the reason why everyone feels these contradictory social pressures pulling them and pushing them in 1,000 different directions at once is because there's different people out there with different incongruent agendas about what you should do with your life. But you know who has the ultimate final say in most of that shit? You do. How do we escape the expectations of others? By not giving a shit. By coming to the mature realization that it's impossible to live up to everyone's expectations, and it's a fool's errand to try. But we can't eliminate expectation. We can't say, no one is allowed to have any expectations of me. Yes, they are. Deal with it. Because being called a girl, a pussy, or a bitch is an insult. Being called a girl when you're not is insulting for the same reason that being called a man when you're not would be insulting, because it's an abdication of your own sense of fucking identity. Pussy? Okay, well, dick is also an insult. And by the way, these are colloquial fucking terms. No one is actually envisioning literal fucking penises and vaginas when they're using these terms. And you can also call people an asshole as an insult, and everyone's got one of those. When it comes to bitch, I use that for both sexes, and it means the same thing for each. A whiny, abrasive person with no fucking spine. Because when I told my mom I refused to get anything less than A's in my exams, she told me it wasn't ladylike to be so cocky. I'm a feminist because my mom is a moron! Makes perfect sense. Because my brother and 90% of my male friends think girls who wear revealing clothing are asking for rape. Well, why are you fucking friends with these people? I know a lot of fucking guys. I don't know anyone who fucking thinks that. It sounds like you need to question your choice in friends, not your fucking ideology when it comes to gender. Because every person who identifies as female should be allowed to choose if they want to get married, have kids, have a career, go to uni, etc., etc., without expectations. They already have that fucking choice. Expectations are put on them, so fucking what? Everyone has expectations. Do you think I was living up to my parents' expectations when I dropped out of fucking high school, bummed around for a few years, and then eventually landed on YouTube doing fucking videos? Do you think they didn't strongly discourage that every step of the way up until the moment they realized it was actually fucking working? Everyone has expectations placed on them, and guess what? You have expectations for others. That's demonstrable even in this list. And I have expectations for others, and everyone watching this video has expectations for others. And other people are not in any way obliged to live up to our expectations, but nor do we have any power to tell them that they're not allowed to have those expectations of us. Because tampons and sanitary pads are stupidly expensive. 18 regular absorbency Tampax Pearl tampons are $3.97. 32 Tampax Radiant Supers are $6.99. That's roughly equivalent to the price of a fast food combo meal. How is that stupidly expensive? How much should they be? 2 cents a pound? And what does this even have to fucking do with feminism? It's not like there's some evil patriarchal male fucking smoking a big cigar at the fucking tampon factory like, let's gouge these dumb bitches. Patriarchy for life. Because some people reading this will have flinched at the fact I said tampon. No one flinched. And if they did, it's not because they need feminism, it's because they're 10 fucking years old. Because there are men out there whose job it is to make young girls feel like absolute shit about themselves, just so they can sell the next best beauty product. First of all, you don't think women are in that business too? I mean, come on, it's not a bunch of men writing fucking Cosmo and shit. And you don't think men are fucking made to feel inadequate in order to make them buy products? I mean, like, it's like, look, buy this beer and you'll get chicks. Spray this fucking shit on yourself and you'll get women. Your fucking armpits stink. You need our fucking extra super strength deodorant. I mean, do you just live in a bubble of stupid fucking blithe ignorance where you can see and identify the fact that advertisers make women feel inadequate in order to get them to buy products, but you just totally miss out on the fact that they're doing the exact same fucking thing to men? I mean, you just... What do you do when those commercials come on TV? You just sit there like... Oh... I mean, here's how badly advertising has fucking bent men over the table and fucked them in the ass. Men are now buying fucking razor blades with 200 fucking blades in it for the closest shave possible. And they've always got some chick in the ad feeling his face like, oh, it's so nice. Because female masturbation isn't considered normal, whilst men can talk about their own penises for hours on end. You know, I don't know where you're from, but when I was in school, every guy there denied ever fucking masturbating. And you knew they were all fucking lying. But you know what? I don't fucking care if you touch your pussy, when you touch your pussy, what you touch your pussy to. It doesn't fucking matter to me. Unless you're doing it on a cam site for my viewing pleasure, I don't give a shit. Do what you want. Go to fucking town. No one cares. Literally no one fucking cares. Even the people who pretend to care, like the uptight Catholic clergy motherfuckers. Even they really don't give a flying fuck. And even if they did, what are they gonna do? Bust down your fucking door, come into your house, fucking point a gun to your head, stop masturbating now! It's not gonna fucking happen. You can sit there fucking all day just, No one gives a shit, bitch! Because of articles like this. And she links to this article, 23 trends guys hate, but women love. I wonder if I could, with a simple Google search, find an equivalent article on an equally popular website. Oh wait, I fucking did! Here's an article called 22 Things Men Wear That Beautiful Women Hate. It's over at complex.com, which has 90 million unique page views a month. Guess what? The sexes, for the most part, want to impress each other. And you know what? It's not some evil marketing scheme concocted by the corporate cocksuckers or the patriarchs or whoever. It's human fucking biology. 101. Because feminists are still seen as crazy lesbians who don't shave. And some still feel like they have to defend themselves by claiming they're not any of those things when in fact, if I want to be a passionate lady who likes other ladies and can't be bothered to shave my legs every 20 minutes, then that's my choice. And if I want someone who wears makeup and shaves and goes out partying, that's my choice. And if I want a combination of the two or anything in between, that's my choice. Fine. That's your choice. I'm not a feminist, and I still think it's your choice. I've not seen anyone in the mainstream other than out-of-touch Republican fuckwits claim that it isn't your choice. You know what your problem is? You don't just want the right to do things your way. You want the universal approval of everyone around you. And guess what? That's a fucking fantasy. It will never, ever fucking happen. Because I believe anyone who identifies as female is a fucking badass and deserves the same rights as every privileged stuck-up old white man sitting around making laws about our bodies. Anyone who identifies as female is a badass, let me tell you something. That's fucking stupid. Certain specific people are badasses, a small minority. No one is badass just for being female or just for being male or just for some arbitrary bullshit that doesn't even fucking matter. And once again, no one is trying to take your rights away, except maybe for the religious fuckholes that I've been combating on YouTube for years. Feminism is no longer required to stand up for women's rights. And finally, because how can you not be? The real question is, how could I be when a post as shallow and insipid as yours garners 180,000 notes on Tumblr, most of which are in total agreement with you? If this is the face of feminism, then it's a face that I spit in. Figuratively, of course. I'm the Amazing Atheist. You know the rest. If you have an addiction to shirts that say fiction, check out my store down below, AmazingAtheistTees.com, where you can buy the fiction shirt and piss off religious people, because that is very fun. And I know because I've been doing it for 8 or 9 fucking years now on YouTube, and several years before that. Fuck yeah.